They scoff at miracles, dismissing them as the fantasies of the ignorant. They demand empirical evidence, observable phenomena, measurable truths. And yet, when pressed against the grandest mystery of all, the very existence of the universe, they bow to the absurd, embracing the most irrational of beliefs, that everything in its infinite complexity arose from nothing. They reject the idea of a divine will, yet they cling to the most inexplicable premise of all, that the laws of physics, the fine-tuning of existence, and the harmony of nature were not placed by an intellect, but instead formed themselves, without guidance, without purpose, without reason. They insist that belief must be based on logic. Yet what could be more illogical than the notion that sheer nothingness, a void of absolute emptiness, somehow conjured up an entire cosmos of breathtaking intricacy? They marvel at the ingenuity behind artificial intelligence, recognizing the brilliance of its human creators. A robot, with all its circuits, sensors, and programming, is a triumph of human engineering. But a human being, infinitely more complex, crafted with emotions, consciousness, and the ability to ponder its own existence, somehow, they claim, has no creator at all. Wow. They praise the brilliance of Edison, whose invention of the humble light bulb changed the course of history. Wow. They marvel at how a simple idea, converting electricity into light, transformed the modern world, crediting Edison's genius for illuminating the darkness. Yet, the sun, an incandescent sphere of fire, sustaining life with a balance so precise that the slightest deviation would mean destruction, is dismissed as a mere accident of physics. They recognize that Edison's mind was the force behind the bulb, yet they refuse to believe that there is a greater mind behind the one who invented it. A light bulb requires a maker, but the sun, they say, simply happened. And the very being who conceived of the bulb, he too, they insist, is a cosmic fluke. A football, round and smooth, exists only because of a designer's blueprint. Every stitch, every curve, every layer of material is accounted for. Yet the Earth, teeming with life, equipped with perfect gravity, a breathable atmosphere, and ecosystems that self-regulate, is a product of blind chaos. A simple ball has a designer, but a planet bursting with intricate interwoven systems does not. A sleek, high-speed train, its aerodynamic nose meticulously shaped to minimize drag, is hailed as a marvel of modern engineering. Every curve, every contour, a product of precise calculations to ensure maximum efficiency. Yet, the kingfisher's beak, which inspired this design, perfectly crafted by nature to slice through air and water with no turbulence, is dismissed as a mere coincidence of evolution. An aircraft soaring effortlessly through the sky owes its existence to the careful study of avian flight. Engineers dissect the mechanics of a bird's wings, its lightweight bones, its instinctive mastery of air currents, translating them into rigid metal and complex algorithms. The airplane is celebrated as a triumph of human ingenuity, while the bird, with its unmatched grace and self-sustaining flight, is reduced to an evolutionary accident. This is the paradox of those who reject the idea of a creator. They mock faith in the unseen, while blindly placing their trust in the greatest leap of faith imaginable, that order, complexity, and precision can arise from nothingness, without intent, without intelligence. They scoff at the idea of divine creation. Yet they are willing to accept that a cosmic explosion, one that should have resulted in disorder and destruction, somehow birthed galaxies, life, consciousness, and morality. They believe that their own thoughts, emotions, and reason emerged from lifeless dust. That their ability to love, to grieve, to hope, and to dream is nothing more than a random accident of particles bouncing in the void. They demand proof of God, but they never demand proof of the impossibility of his existence. They reject miracles, but their entire worldview is built upon one, that the universe with its infinite wonders came into being without cause, without reason, without purpose. They dismiss the idea of divine intervention, yet embrace the impossible, that an explosion created harmony, that randomness produced intelligence, and that lifeless matter miraculously woke up and started to think. And that, perhaps, is the greatest miracle of all.